Good morning, all you stylists from the break room. Good morning. What is going on? We are doing a speed run today. Understanding boundaries. What can you do about it? Here we go. We're going to jump right into it. Frizz is one of the words, one of the topics, one of the most excruciating, painful freaking things we got to deal with all day long. It's also one of the most misunderstood, misused word. We just put the word frizz for everything and anything that goes wrong with the hair. Your hair's not doing what you want it to do, it's because of frizz. It's blowing up more than you want it to, it's because of frizz. It's humidity outside, it's frizz. It's static, it's frizz. There are so many different misconceptions of what frizz is in the hair. So we're going to run it through. First things first. What causes frizz? Short answer, lack of humidity. Your hair is not moisturized enough. You don't have enough condition in your hair. It dries out. When it dries out, it starts to look for humidity or it looks for moisture wherever it can find it. And in the summertime, there's humidity in the air, so it starts growing and physically reaching out for it. That's why your hair blows up. Wintertime, you got static. It's because your hair is dry and it's looking for it. So it's going to start. Well, no, in the wintertime, there is no humidity. So it's rubbing against each other, causing friction, and that's what causes static. It just blows itself up. That's what you're referring to as frizz. So that's your short answer. Go condition your hair more often and condition it better and more efficiently. Leave-in conditioners are nice, but you need to put conditioner in your hair when you wash your hair. All right. Now, here's the speed run of it. Understanding why frizz happens. So we're talking about humidity. We're going to be talking about is moisture, a lot of moisture. About moisture in the hair comes from two places. It's got to be external moisture and it's got to be internal moisture. You all see the commercials. You all know what am I talking about. The outside layer of the hair is called your cuticle. The outside layer cuticle has a lot of scales to it. Think shingles on a house, or that's the most common thing. I call it kind of like a street. If you're from Chicagoland area, then you know our beautiful roads with the 10 billion freaking potholes every 3 feet. That's your hair in essence. If you have a nice, smooth paved road, you've got nice, smooth, shiny hair. If your hair is damaged, if it's messed up, got all those little potholes in it, okay? All those little layers that fall over each other like shingles on a roof. If a couple are missing, you're gonna get a leak. All right. That's the problem that's happening. That's the whole game. How do you keep those from lifting up and staying lifted up? How do you keep them sealed, smooth, and flat? The better you can do, the more shine you get, the more healthier your hair is, the more silky smooth, and all the other good stuff. Your photos look amazing. You're having a great hair day. Life is good. When you lack moisture, that's when dryness happens. When dryness happens, then that's when chaos occurs. All right. First things first. Oh, and then the inside layer is the cortex. And most of you watching this aren't really going to care about the cortex. Be done for it because it's a hairdresser. And we all know you got your deep conditioners, you got your treatments, you got your hair color, and you've got to set expectations, a routine for your clients to follow. Something that is reasonable that they can actually do. For all you clients watching, talk about the cuticle. So, you're supposed to wash your hair every other day. That's the recommendation. Whether you want to do it, whether your lifestyle permits you to do it, whether you care to do it, that's a different story entirely. But the recommendation is to wash your hair every other day. Your hair goes on a 48-hour cycle. It grows, it rests, it sheds. It grows, it rests, it sheds. For optimal scalp care and hair care, that's what that 48-hour cycle comes from. What we recommend to do. When you do wash your hair, whether you do it once a week, every other day, every third day, whatever you do, you have to shampoo and you have to condition. The chaos automatically. Everybody shampoos their hair, and some people, they go in and they give themselves a nice massage, and some people, they just go in and just kinda run it through their ends. You gotta go in, you got to give yourself nice manipulation, alright? And when you're manipulating your scalp, you're breaking up and breaking down any buildup, you're increasing your blood flow, and you're providing your scalp nice, stimulation, alright? And that's gonna increase all the nutrition to your scalp, everything's gonna be happy. You rinse that out real quick, not a problem. Don't spend all day shampooing. It's a very fast process, 30 seconds. Mhm. Depending on how much hair you have and how long it is, working it through your ends. You don't even have to work shampoo through your ends all that much because the lather, when you start rinsing it out, it's gonna run that through the ends, and it's gonna automatically. But I digress. Now the conditioner part. This is the part where nobody wants to talk about, nobody likes, everybody gets scared. If you have thin, fine hair, the reason put conditioner on is because you feel like it makes it too heavy and flat. And those of you who have, normal density or thicker, coarser hair, you need it. You know you need it. You just sometimes don't like using it because then you're rinsing forever. All you girls out there, you can't get enough of it. You all know what I'm talking about. You love conditioner, you swim in conditioner, you bathe in conditioner, you still need more. So, what is happening? Why is it 3 different results on 3 different hair types? Well, all you thin, fine hair girls, listen, I understand that you feel like it makes it flat and stick against your head. You're probably putting it right at your scalp, which it doesn't need it. That hair closest to your scalp is already healthy. You don't need to be putting conditioner straight onto your scalp. Conditioner, put it on your mid shaft to your end, alright? That's the area that needs it. That's the longest hair that's grown out, which is the oldest hair, that's the most beat up. If you feel like don't put it to your scalp and it still is falling flat and heavy and you're having a hard time, for 2 reasons. 1, hair is that thirsty. It needs that much moisture that is just grabbing onto it and sucking it up, absorbing it all and not releasing it, alright? That's why it's falling and laying heavy on you. 2nd reason, are you a wash and go type of girl? If you are, then yeah, it's gonna be heavy. You want it to be heavy in that case because you should not be doing wash and go. Let your hair air dry. I have said this 1,000 times on this podcast. I've said it 1,000 times on the other podcast. Do not let your hair air dry. It's the worst idea ever. It blows up, it swells your hair, your cuticle shaft opens and swells when it's wet, and if it dries, it's gonna dry inflated. It's not gonna seal back. You're gonna be walking around with a frizzy hot mess, and you're gonna be complaining, you don't do nothing, and it's all over the place. You're having a bad hair day, and life sucks, and everything else looks terrible in the world. It's because you let your hair dry. Alright, that's a whole 'nother rant. I could literally go an hour just ranting about why air drying is the worst idea ever, and I can get into specifics. We'll be here all day. As it goes, because you let your hair air dry, because you do wash and go, that's why it's sitting heavy. Your hair is so thirsty that it's holding on to everything. If you blow dry your hair properly, half of that moisture is gonna get evaporated from the blow drying. The other half of that moisture from that heavy is actually gonna pump up your hair, thicken it up, make it stronger, make it healthier. So when you do blow dry it, you actually have a style, a foundation for your hair to hold, okay? Otherwise, I don't know what else to tell you. You need products, which a lot of you don't wanna do because you're like, "Oh my god, then it's gonna make it sticky and it's gonna weigh it down." You need hairspray, you need mousse, you need gel, you need help. It is unfortunate you have fine hair. He was born with that, but that doesn't mean you're stuck with that. You could do things about it, alright? And if you're filling up your hair proactively with all this good stuff as you're going in and styling it. Before you go outside into the world, you are look, your hair shaft is like a cup. It can only hold so much liquid. Anything more than that excessively is gonna overflow. You know what? I'm addicted to tea. If you overflow your hair shaft, none of that excess moisture is gonna get in there. So, if you're filling it up with all the good stuff, you go out there in the summertime where there's a lot of humidity happening, it's gonna bounce off. It ain't gonna mess you up. Your hair's not gonna blow up. You're still gonna be able to have a good hair day. And if it's the wintertime and there's no humidity out there, but your hair is got all that moisture filled up the way it needs to be, the way it wants to be, then it's not gonna be static. It's not gonna rub against itself. There's not gonna be any friction, and it's not gonna blow up on you because of the static, okay? You have a positive charge. We as humans, we naturally have a positive charge. There's a positive charge in the atmosphere. When those 2 like charges touch each other, they create friction, right? Our blow dryers, well, not our blow dryers, flat irons, especially your brushes, your paddle brushes and your round brushes. If they've got nylon bristles, if they're infused with tourmaline, they are generally negative ions. So when you're brushing through your hair, that's helping seal and smooth things down because your hair's got a positive charge, the brush's got the negative charge, and the opposites attract to each other and they make a bond. And then that's sealing everything in. So that when you go out there and the opposite charge is running into it again, everybody's gonna play nice with each other. All right. Especially when you start blow drying, it generates more negative ions, flat irons, some of the more better curling irons. You just gotta check and see. Not all curling irons do that. But it goes. All right. All you normal thick hair, normal to thick, coarse hair. I know it's rinsing. I get it. But you can leave some of that in there as well too. Because all of you who have the thicker, coarser hair, you don't like to wash your hair every other day. You like to wash it once a week, maybe twice a week, because it's so much hair, you don't wanna deal with it. I get it. And some of you, I'd say half of you, that only wash your hair once a week or twice a week because your hair is so thick, don't even like flat ironing your hair. You like the fullness that you get. You feel like if you flat iron your hair, it makes it too smooth. I get that too. But you need to leave some conditioner in there, all right? And you need to touch up your hair in between. A lot of you are using dry shampoo to extend your hair those extra days. Dry shampoo is an amazing thing. I'm all for it. I'm a personal fan. I really am. But you gotta understand what's happening to dry shampoo. It's supposed to pull any oils or excess moisture off. So then this way it doesn't get greasy and it doesn't get sticky and it doesn't get, stuck to your face. So your hair is constantly in a dry state. When you do go to wash your hair, you have to do a deep conditioning or some kind of a treatment regularly. When I say regularly, I'm talking about monthly, all right? That's just how it goes. It's the trade-off to how you're choosing to style your hair. And if you do that, then you're helping maintain the moisture levels, which in turn, believe it or not, is actually gonna help extend the life of your hair. So when you're only washing it once a week, it's actually gonna stay. It's actually gonna last. You're not by the 3rd day gonna start feeling cheesy or feeling, you know, grimy or nasty or whatever, plug and play in your own word that you like. All you curly girls out there, you swimming in conditioner. You swimming in conditioner, and it's still not enough, you know? You need so many treatments. Curly hair is cool as hell. It is. It's annoying as hell too sometimes, but when it looks good, oh my god, does it look fantastical. And when it doesn't look good, oh my god, it looks like a clown hair. So it's rough, man, it's rough. Look, my wife, I talk about her all the time. she's got the kinkiest spiral curl that you can believe. It's wild. So every month we do a treatment on her. Excuse me. We do multiple treatments on her throughout, but every month in particular, we do a very light version. It's from Hair Therapy brand. It's called Color Lock and Smooth. We do that treatment on her. It's deep treatment that is humectant, it gives humidity resistant, it gives weight to the hair because even though she's got really tight curly hair, it's still soft. She still has a soft, fine texture. Not every girl has thick hair. We do that on her. It helps give her hair some weight as well, and it balances it all out. And then throughout the month, we're following up with moisture masks. And she does that about once a week. She leaves that in for about 15 minutes. Take a bath, relax, hang out in the shower. I don't know, read a book, just walk around, do some chores, whatever you need to do. Just take your time. Let it take its time. All right. And then throughout the week, she in particular needs to wash her hair or wet her hair down every day and restyle it from scratch because it is so kinky curly. Because she's gotta wet her hair down every single day, that doesn't mean she's gotta wash like, shampoo, wash her hair every day, no. She'll wet her hair down, run some conditioner through it, pick out the ends, rinse it all out, and then style her as she needs to. On the day that she feels like she wants to shampoo, wash her hair, then she'll shampoo her hair and then still run conditioner through her hair. And then when she gets out the shower, she's still putting in leave-in spray. Now, leave-in sprays are great, but what is your leave-in spray? Is it a UV spray? Is it a conditioning spray? Is it a moisturizing spray? Is it a detangling spray? Is it a keratin proteinizing spray? Is it a thickening, strengthening spray? There's so many different types of leave-ins. The variety out there is necessary. You need to have that many of them. What you have to find out and discover is what is your type of hair and what does your type of hair need. The easiest and best way to discover that is to have a conversation with your stylist. You and your stylist have a great relationship. Your stylist is working with you to get you to how you want to look. All right. I do this all the time with my clients at the salon myself. Every time they come in, where are we at? How has your hair been working out for you since I last seen you? And as they're telling me, I'm brushing their hair and evaluating and looking. And then after they tell me that, we go over it and I follow up. This is the direction that we've been going and we're getting it, right? Is that still the direction you're wanting to go, or has something changed? You change your mind. You see some picture, some inspiration, some something. So then we got to evaluate. We got to talk about that too. And then as we're talking about that, then we have to revisit. All right, well, I did put you on this shampoo. I did put you on this leave-in, on this styling product. I told you to brush your hair like this. I told you to put your hair like this. So you're going to keep doing that, or okay, now we're going this direction. We have to adjust. And it's this constant game of changing back and forth and reevaluating back and forth and making decisions which way we're going. All right. And eventually you're going to get there. And then you're going to continue down your path and down your road of fun, having fun with your hair and doing things. And you're going to get there. That's what it's all about. That's the whole fun of it. So don't just see a commercial on TV or see a commercial on social media and be like, oh, yes, that looks cool as hell. She's so pretty, therefore I will look so pretty. You and everybody else, you have your own beauty inside of yourself. Okay? And it's your type of personality that makes you pretty. It's your own body that makes you pretty. It's the way you present your body is what makes you pretty. And it's your hair. It's your hair, it's your own personality. The way you wear it, the way you own it, the way you walk around thinking, I rule the world, that is what makes your hairstyle look cool as hell. It's not that you're trying to copy and be a Stepford wife and looking like somebody else. That ain't gonna make you look good. With that said, just because that product worked on that person doesn't mean it's gonna work on your hair. That's why there's such a variety out there. So that's the easiest way to do it is talk to your hairdresser and figure out what's going on, all right? As far as humidity goes, we're we're in the peak of summer right now. It freaking sucks. Fall is gonna be right around the winter, and it's gonna come faster than you realize. We got, you know, 90-degree days, you've got 60% humidity in some parts of the country. Wish it was 60% humidity, you have 100% humidity. If you're doing keratin smoothing treatments, that is a wonderful thing. A keratin smoothing treatment is not designed to straighten out your hair. A keratin smoothing treatment is designed to help smooth your hair out and make blow dry styling easier. It's designed to protect your hair, to make your hair stronger, to make your hair healthier. Yes, a lot of women wanna get their keratin smoothing done in the summertime, and they wanna get it, at the beginning, so it takes them through because it's supposed to last up to 16 weeks. This whole idea notion of I get it done twice a year, it lasts for 6 months is insane. The hell are you doing to yourselves? You are overusing the hell out of your hair. I know it's gonna piss off a couple of people or a lot of people, but oh freaking well. This science is as such. There is no keratin treatment that I am aware of that was formulated and designed to last 6 months. It just makes no sense unless you're only watching it once a month, and I guess that works. That's a whole 'nother set of problems inside of itself there. So, as such, okay, fine, you do it during the summer, and then you make it through the summer, and then you're fine, right? No. You should do it in the fall. You should do it in the winter. You should do it in the spring. And in my personal opinion, getting a keratin smoothing treatment is the most vital and important to do it either at the beginning of winter or for prevention to be proactive against the winter season. It is so dry during the winter months. There is so much friction and static occurring. You are rubbing your hair raw. You are tearing your cuticle apart. And then add in there a scarf, you wear a jacket, you wear a hoodie, you're in the heat inside your house, you get in your car, you drive, you're out in the cold. And then you got the heat blasting in the car. And you're walking up to the building, now you're in the cold again. You go into the building, it's hot. You come back out, it's cold. You get back in your car, it's hot. It's just nonstop. It's just a bombardment nonstop. There is so much fluctuation happening, okay? You're evaporating moisture, you're depleting moisture so quickly, and you are not replenishing it because maybe there are some people, but there is not a lot of people walking around with leave-in spray in your bag, and then you're in the bathroom respraying your hair every time you get in and out of the building, you know, or every time you come into a building or before you leave the building. You're not walking into the bathroom and respraying your hair with leave-in and then brushing it out and restyling your hair. Halfway through the hair, it's going up in a freaking ponytail or in a bun because you're just over it. I get it. I totally, totally get it. Makes sense. Well, it makes sense. So then with that said, the winter time is the worst time, is the absolute, absolute worst time for, um, for the moisture depletion in your hair. The summertime, all that hair blowing up and it just looks annoying, but it's actually a good thing to a certain effect. Your hair is replenishing itself because you're not doing it enough. It's just trying to do it naturally. Everybody's all big on natural and let it do its thing naturally in the summer. Kidding a little bit. You shouldn't let it go natural like that because that should be the warning sign that your hair needs something. But that's the whole thing about humidity during the summer and versus why your hair looks so good during, the winter, or why it looks better during the winter. Another thing you gotta think about, so we've talked about washing hair, we've talked about treatments, we've talked about the seasons, alright? How are you coloring your hair? We gotta talk about chemical services and color services as well. And when I say chemical services, you know what? Perms count too. Some of you are still doing relaxers. Bless your heart, I love you girls because a relaxer is like freaking straight. keratin smoothing treatment doesn't straighten. When you're doing hair color, are you doing foils? Are you getting highlights? They're fun as hell. I do them all day. That's fine. How highlighted are you? And are you constantly highlighting and lowlighting? Or do you just have a base color with a few foils? Or are you a balanced out partial? Or are you just a full highlight every single time, each and every single time you get your hair done? Whichever version of it you're doing is fine, but you gotta understand that you are tearing up your cuticle. That's the whole purpose of what a bleach and or a lightener does. There is a difference between the 2, or color class another day. But whether you're bleaching or whether you're lightening your hair using lightener on your hair, either way, you're still performing the same action. They're ripping pigment from your hair. They're tearing your cuticle. Now, 15, 20 years ago, nah, I'm old now. 20, 25 years ago, we would just highlight the hair and whatever it lifted to, we lifted it to what we expected you want it to be. We put you with the deep conditioner afterwards. We never toned. Nowadays, everybody's toning, but nobody's deep conditioning afterwards. So we're still doing a process. It's just the way we're doing the process has changed. All right. And if you're doing a toner nowadays, that's awesome. We should have been doing it back then. Do it. But we had the good sense to put everybody with a conditioning treatment to do something to help seal down and retain that cuticle. As far as toning goes nowadays, toners are great because it's adding that pigment back into the hair, which is protecting the hair. But if you're only leaving a toner on for a minute or 2, every minute a toner sits on your hair equals a shampoo at home. So if you're only leaving your toner on for a minute or 2, that's why it's fading out and fading out, but it's washing out immediately. Within the same week of getting your hair colored, that's why it's washing out quick. Now, why is it only left on for a minute or 2? 10, 15 minutes like it should be. We all understand it's supposed to sit on that long. But man, you'd be praying to the heavens, "Please, please let it work." Let it not get too dark. Some of you, your client, your expectation is out of control. You got this thing stuck in your head, "I wanna look like this." Maybe your hair can't do it. We all want what we want. But isn't there a song that goes like that? Yeah, we all you can't always get what you sometimes you get what you need. That's it. You just gotta do what your hair needs, what your hair wants to do, not what you want it to. And then all you stylists out there, I don't know, man, if you've been struggling with your toner or if you've been struggling with your color, don't tell me you're a creature of habit and this is what I know and I'm too busy to learn something else. You're being disingenuous. You're being a jerk. All right? If you're struggling, why do you enjoy struggling? Go take more education in the thing that you're using, since you're such a creature of habit, or go learn something new and stop struggling and stop complaining that everything sucks. I'm not trying to piss anyone well, I have people off, the hell with it. It is what it is, all right? Unless there's some other reason that I'm not aware of, hit me up with a comment. I'll read them. I'll take it, and I'll call myself out if I'm wrong, or especially if I'm wrong, call myself out. I'm the first one to do it. So that's what it's about. Toners are great. You still should be doing some kind of a conditioning treatment afterwards as well too. You need it. It wants it. All right. And it's telling you it wants it by its physical manifestation of doing crazy stuff. As far as product usage goes, they talk about okay, so a lot of people got this thing of I don't want to put product in my hair, therefore I will use I don't know, I'll go to my kitchen and raid my cupboard and I'll use honey instead or cucumber water or avocado or whatever crazy stuff. I'd rather put that in my hair than put product in. Do you understand how much vegetable or fruit or whatever the hell it is you're doing, do you understand how much of that you need? Retail products are created with that singular purpose in mind for the hair, okay? And they're concentrated. You just need like a fingertip amount in most cases, maybe 2 fingertips if you've got a lot of hair or if it's really long. You don't need a lot of product, but it is specifically designed to help you. God, stop turning yourself into a walking tossed salad, all right? Save that for lunch. The products are designed to help you. This notion, this idea that products are bad is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. If you've got thin, fine hair, just don't use a lot of product. If you've got thick, coarse hair, then yeah, then you need to use more. Don't put this much in and go like, "Ah, see, it didn't do nothing." No, put a little more in. It's okay. "Oh, then my hair is gonna get heavy." Your hair is already heavy. It needs to absorb more. And if you've got curly hair, then none of this matters. You already know this because you are swimming in product. Layer 13. Okay, here, you know what? I'm not even making fun. I'm being serious and legitimate about this. Why is it why is it somebody with curly hair innately understands and goes through the pain and suffering and struggle of layering in 13 different freaking products to make those curls bounce and strong and healthy and shiny and moisturized, and they style it and they diffuse it and they spend all this time on it and they're walking around and they get a kabillion compliments on it. And women with straight hair ask the curly hair women, how do you do that?" And she's like, "Oh my god, it's a process. I have to do a billion freaking things to it." I'm like, "Oh my god, but it looks so good." "Yeah, I know, right? It looks so freaking good." There's your freaking proof right there. You need products. And then you turn around, yeah, no, I'm not doing that." And then in the same breath, "Oh, yeah, no, my hair sucks. Can't get it to do anything. I don't think you cut it right. I think I need more layers." You come back to the stylist and you tell us you think you need us to do something more to it. There is only so much we can do to it, right? We're setting you up for success. It is up to you to take that handoff and run it in and be successful for your own winning goal. Win the game. It's your freaking game. Good hair days. So that's the thing about products. Now, what kind of products? Well, there is a product in particular that I wanna talk about today, which is, daily smoothing cream from the brand right there. Daily smoothing cream, just like its name states, is designed for daily use. The next time you wash your hair, it comes out. It is really good, just like its name says, for smoothing hair. So if you're trying to get your nice blow dry out of it, it doesn't matter how curly your hair is, it's gonna help smooth it out straight. If your hair is thin and fine, it's gonna help thicken it up. If you have a lot of hair, it's gonna help down and smooth it out. So it has a lot of versatility to it. Which is a frizz, a humidity fighting barrier. That's what it is, right? It's gonna lock in moisture into your hair, and it's gonna help expel exterior moisture, which is in the atmosphere. And then throughout the day, because it's locked in that moisture on you, it shouldn't be blowing up and getting all crazy on you. And especially in the wintertime when all that dry air and all that static and all that friction is happening, or all that friction is happening, it's gonna prevent your hair from getting static, okay? So you won't have those little antennas and all those little crazy things flying around. So daily smoothing cream is amazing. There is another product called Fine Shine and Style, and just like its name, it is to give you definition, so you can really get that nice pieciness if you've got beautiful framing going on. If you've got longer your hair and you wanna have that pieciness going on and shattered ends, go for it. If you have a design line or a blunt layer, or if you've got like a bub and you wanna show that off, that weight line, as well too, especially if you got the inline bub, freaking classic. So, it's gonna give you the definition into that, hold, into that style, okay? And it's gonna add shine into it, and it's gonna give you the hold. So, that's really for people who want stronger high fashion. You've got, how's it called? Color Protect, Color Seal, Leave-In Spray. If you are doing heavy toners, if you especially you blondies, man, especially you blondies, platinum blonde is a fantasy is a version of a fantasy hair color, no different than a redhead, a bluehead, green, orange, purple. All of those colors do not actually exist in our chart. We have to do things to your hair to take you above and beyond the natural progression of the 10 levels of hair color, color wheel, the contributing pigments, all that crap. All right. Platinum blonde, light hair, gray hair, whatever the crap you want to call it, is a version of a fantasy freaking color. There is no such freaking thing. That's it, plain and simple. You must decolorize your hair, highlight your hair, bleach your hair, lighten your hair, whatever process you're getting to. You got to do it in such a specific way, and it's a freaking headache. Let me tell you, it's annoying. Then we have to go in and we have to tone your hair in such a specific way, and let me tell you, that's freaking annoying too. And then we gotta lock down your hair shaft, lock down your cuticle in a very specific way as well. And then we gotta send you home and trust that you're gonna maintain all that freaking crap ass work that we just did. We have to trust that you're gonna maintain it. And guess what? You don't. And then you come in and the first freaking thing out your mouth is, my hands are grassy. Yeah, because you suck at life. And you suck at life for one of two reasons. You're either lazy or your stylist didn't do a good enough job explaining to you how to maintain your hair properly. This is why I'm talking about a product like Color Protect, Color Seal, Leave-In Spray. It is designed for all you high fashion, especially, I mean, it's designed for all hair color, but especially high fashion colors. It's designed to protect it, to seal it, to lock it in, and to extend the life of your toner and or your you are having a problem with brassiness, and Color Seal Leave-In Spray is gonna help you, alright? Don't just rely on violet sprays or shampoos or the blue sprays and the blue shampoos. Don't only rely on those. Understand something. Those blue shampoos, those blue sprays, the violet ones too, they're all topical. They're all topical. It's a semi-permanent color. It's sitting on top of your hair shaft. It is suffocating. No, it's not suffocating, but it's sitting as a heavy layer on top of your hair shaft, which, if you're not clarifying that off nicely, it causes buildup. If you're blow drying, you're doing heavy blow drying where you're putting the blow dryer directly contact to the brush, you're driving that pigment further into the hair than it should be, which is taking up room where moisture should be. And then your hair is going to frizz out as a result. If you're flat ironing all that in, okay, if you're ever going to get your hair highlighted and you see the new growth area, the fresh hair is nice blonde and gold and brassy, and then the midsheft to your ends looks like a freaking hot, muddy mess. You've got so much freaking pigmentation buildup on the midsheft to your ends that your hair is just so overly saturated, it doesn't even know what the hell to do anymore. And you're like, well, it didn't look like before I highlighted it. Oh yeah, no, it did look like that. You just didn't see it exposed. When you highlight it, you pull off all the top layer, it's covering up all that freaking junk that's in there. All right. And if you've got junk filled up in there, then you can have good moisture filled up in there, and then your hair is gonna frizz as a result. It's all cause and effect. Everything about what we're talking about is all cause and effect. It's why these retail products matter. It's why they help. It's why your blow drying techniques also matter as well. When you're blow drying your hair, are you hand tossing your hair first a little bit? Are you power drying your hair first a little bit to get some of that excess moisture? When I say excess moisture, I'm talking about, is your hair dripping? Yeah? If your hair is dripping and it's making your clothes wet and you're having to, like, pat it down with the towel, your hair is wet. That's excess moisture. You need to get some of that out first before you start brushing through it. Because if you're brushing through it, you're overstretching the elasticity of your hair. And if you're overstretching it, you're causing micro tears in your tooth. And those fractures and micro tears are gonna lift the scales of your cuticles, or they're gonna break them off completely, then there's a gap in there, and that's a whole 'nother problem in itself. Again, you're gonna say your hair is frizzen up worse than it really is because it's freaking out. So, don't just get your hair, and then it's wet and you start blow drying immediately. No, you gotta pre-dry your hair, or I they'll get out the shower, they'll put their hair up in a towel, they'll walk around for a little while, letting their hair in the towel to kinda absorb that wetness. That's fine. But when you take the towel off, unturn it nicely and take it off nicely. I see a lot of women, they'll tilt their head over and they'll just rip the towel off of their head. Mm, that's not good either, okay? So if you're gonna wrap your hair up nicely, unwrap your hair up nicely as well too. Be kind to yourself, be kind to your hair. Alright, blow dry some of the hair with your hands or with a paddle brush to get the excess moisture out. Now when you go in with your brush or with your square brush, whichever type of brush you decide to use, or even if you're gonna keep using a paddle brush, I know it's hard, but try not to make the blow dryer make direct contact to the brush. You gotta leave a little space, okay? Because if the blow dryer is stuck into the brush, that airflow's got nowhere to go, so it's gonna feed back into your blow dryer, but it's not gonna dissipate inside of your blow dryer, it's just gonna recycle and push back out again. Blow dryers push heat at about 3 to 350 degrees, up to about 3 to 350 degrees. But if your air has got nowhere to dissipate to, it's going back in, recycling, pushing back out again. It's reheating again. Now you're at 354, and then if it does it again, you're at 450, 450, 500 degrees, and you are singeing the crap out of your hair. If you're blow drying your hair, you're just seeing puffs of smoke coming off of you. Your hair's on fire, alright? Take the blow dryer away. Try to leave a little space. If it's hard, which it is, to hold the blow dryer up above your head like that, tilt your head over and come in underneath. It may not give you as much volume, but at least you can get your hair smoothened out, finish after the end smoothened out. Then come back in and just focus on the base. Put the brush up here and focus on the base. Then this way, before you get overly fatigued, at least this way you'll lock in some volume, up here where it matters, and then you're not gonna have to come back in and pull all that volume that you just made by going through your mixer. So if you work your way from the bottom up rather than from the top down, when you're doing this at home, that may help you. It could be an option that can help you. I know you see us at the salon, we just start at the base and then we just wrap everything up and then we roll it out. We aren't trained to do that. We're doing it with a very specific intention in mind. Right? That's why we're blow drying in the way that we do. Try to mimic that at home, I get it. Like I said, it's not easy. We're standing over you, you're trying to get behind yourself. So that's that. Uh, where are we at here? Okay. I somebody just told me about this trend. I hope it doesn't catch. It's stupid. It's so freaking stupid. Gluing your split ends back together does not give you length. This does not extend your haircut or your hairstyle longer. There's this thing I'm seeing now where when I say gluing it back together, I'm not literally not talking about don't go get freaking glue and Gorilla Glue and try to that don't do that. I'm talking about using products like waxes and gels and mousses, anything with a sticky binder to like, if your hair is frayed at the ends, you need a haircut. You know what split ends are, okay? Don't try to collect those all back together and put them all back together and say, "Oh, look, it's all length." No, that's not length. No, that's not volume. That's dumb as hell. A split end is just gonna continue. Like, if I take this, if this is my hair and it's got a tear in it and these are my split ends, it's just gonna continue. There's nothing left, all right? See, anyways, as it goes, it's a good example. It's a good visual. That's what's gonna happen. It's just gonna keep tearing up your hair shaft, and that's it. That's a problem because then you're gonna call that frizz. It's not. It's just frayed freaking ends all over the place. Speaking of, all this little antennas that you got going off the top of your head, that's all new hair growth. Your hair sheds, and as your hair is shedding and falling out, new hair is starting to come back in. Well, new hair grows from the scalp. It needs time to eventually get longer. So all those little antennas might be annoying to you, or you call them baby hairs or whatever you want to refer to them as. It's all new hair growth. That's not frizz. That's not damage. There is a difference. You have to evaluate your hair properly as such. Going through notes here, trying to forget anything. Mm. Products, brushes, fine hair, thick hair. Yeah. All right. You know what? More products. So to recap, I'm just gonna end it with this. No point to drag it out. We covered a lot of topics. When your hair is doing something you don't want it to do, it is cause and effect. If your hair is blowing up and growing on you, if you're calling that frizz, if it's being annoying, don't just write it off as a bad hair day. Use that as a warning sign that you may need to do some kind of a conditioning to your hair. All right. Pay attention to the warning. Pay Talk to your stylist. Leave us a comment. Talk to us. Either way, just get some solutions, get some answers, get on a plan. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Best way to support us is to go to hvbeauty.com. Check us out for a class. It's a comment. We will catch you next week. Thanks for watching. Go out there and make a difference, one client at a time.
The SFTB podcast was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, so thanks for joining us for today's episode. If our hair topics made you smile, give us a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll read them while waiting for our caller to process. Share this video with your stylists and friends. It helps us make a difference, one strand at a time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because your hair deserves all the latest and greatest tips.